from sunny Barcelona, where we will kick off the second day of this 2016 TechEd edition. No keynote today, but a lot of good sessions to follow. So let's first grab a good cup of coffee and digest all that new information. Come on! Day 2 was the opportunity for me to meet some great people, like our customers to start with. We have Sebastian and Alexander from the European Central Bank. Hello guys.
Hello.
How was your day?
Excellent so far.
Yes.
Busy, really busy.
So maybe first question, with the 1,300 sessions available, what was your strategy? To divide and conquer, or to see as much as possible during those 3 days?
I would say try to pick from the topics that we're interested in. For me it would be user experience topics, Fiori, ABAP development, HCP, HANA stuff, and then look at hands-on sessions first, because those are the longest sessions. Try to get as much content that we're looking for as possible.
And you, Sebastian?
Yeah, for me it was the user experience stories and the migration path to S4HANA, as well as IT management via Solution Manager.
Okay.
And then I picked the relevant sessions for me with a focus on hands-ons.
Yeah, this is already reducing a lot the amount of sessions. And is there one session in particular that you would like to pinpoint that was really interesting?
I guess the last one.
You take that one?
Yeah, the last one was quite interesting for me, the focus build solution. So what I didn't know is that there are out-of-the-box solutions for Solution Manager, which makes it easier to implement processes we would like to have in Solution Manager and which we don't have. And this was quite interesting that this is available, and I didn't know about that before.
Okay. And last question, maybe you had a chance to move around here. There are a lot of different booths with demos and so on. One particularly, Alexander, that you looked at.
Okay, I can totally recommend. Yesterday I was actually at the build space where you can build apps. It was a fantastic experience. I was able to try out the SDK, so the new iOS Fiori SDK that is not released yet. So I was able to try that, do my own Xcode development, create my own very own iOS apps, and try them on an iPad, supply it there. And there's Apple event stuff over there. It was a blast, and I managed to win some prizes for developing a couple of apps. So it's really great fun.
It's in fact a great SDK that allows to accelerate development and at the same time to keep that native feeling of Apple in your hands. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for joining us here. Enjoy the party tonight because everybody goes to the beach in a couple of hours. And enjoy the rest of TechEd tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
TechEd is also a great melting pot of nationalities. By the way, which country are you from?
South Africa.
Russia.
Bulgaria. Hungary.
Israel. UK. Germany.
New Zealand.
Spain.
Denmark.
Ireland.
South Africa. From South Africa.
France. South Korea.
Denmark.
Spain.
Switzerland.
Lithuania.
Saudi Arabia. France.
The United States of America. The United States.
America.
US.
Did they all immigrate overnight? Finally, I had this opportunity to meet the most wanted man of this event, Mr. Thomas Young. Okay, so we are lucky enough to meet today a very busy Thomas Young, Chief Product Expert for our HANA platform, focusing essentially on all our offering when it comes to development on HANA.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas, for sharing some of your time with us.
Sure.
There is kind of a small revolution happening with SAP HANA 2.0 when speaking about development on the HANA platform. But for the good sake, I would say for improving the scalability and the security on HANA platform. Could you disclose maybe in a couple of words what we will offer in 2 weeks with HANA 2.0?
Yeah, well, and actually most of these scalability and architectural changes actually came with SPS 11. The big change being XS Advanced. And it's just a completely different architecture than, say, XS Classic, if you're familiar with it. We get away from the monolithic application server architecture that is deeply embedded inside of HANA, and instead decouple it a bit from the database. we based it upon Cloud Foundry. We have multiple language runtimes, and we embrace a microservice architecture, which allows you to scale individual services now. Instead of having to scale the entire app server, having to scale it at the HANA level, maybe by adding additional nodes, we'll now have the ability to scale the application server layer independently, so it can be installed on separate servers, non-HANA hardware certified servers, end-to-one, end-to-end scale options, and then, like I said, individual applications can also be scaled. They can be scaled across multiple servers, multiple instances. It's a whole new world of options.
In terms of security, I think we're getting rid of being dependent from the database users.
Yeah. In the old world, there was the assumption that the application user was a database user. It meant having to often replicate a lot of users into the HANA database. The new world, the default option is external identity provider for your users and a technical user to connect to the database. Yet we don't give up the functionality of analytic privileges. We can still see information about the external user even if it's never been created in the HANA database, and we can still have restrictions of analytic privileges, the instance filtering based upon the external user and whatever metadata is set up about that external user in your identity provider.
Thanks, Thomas, for sharing your time, and I think we can refer to the OpenSAP course that started a week ago.
Last week,
Last week, so for our customers and even the employees to better understand what will be available now in terms of developments. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of this TechEd 2016 edition.
All right, thank you.
So, time for me to move to the beachfront to welcome our customers that will attend the 20th anniversary party organized by TechEd. And as everything happening at this party in Barcelona will stay in Barcelona, it's time for me to say goodbye.